Pioneers of rock and roll now. In the early 60s, Duane Eddy was an enormous star with that famous twang guitar. He thought, though, his recording career was over, and then he found some new inspiration.
Yes, not in the deserts of his native Arizona, but on the streets of South Yorkshire. David Silito went to meet Duane in Sheffield.
We're in Sheffield. But the sound we're listening to is that of a rock and roll legend. It is the twang. It is the creation of the man playing here tonight, Mr. Duane Eddy. Duane Eddy was one of the pioneers of rock and roll. In the 50s and 60s, he had a series of hits with a new sound born out of his roots in the American West.
There's something about the guitar and the sound of it and everything. It just kind of smacks of the Southwest and the wide open spaces of the desert.
So what's he doing here in South Yorkshire? Well, it's all down to one of his biggest fans, the musician Richard Hawley.
There's not many guitar players that when you hear one, no, for me, I'll know it's Duane. You know, there are very few guitar players that are that distinctive.
And so Duane, who's not recorded anything for nearly a quarter of a century, was asked if he fancied a trip to Sheffield to create a new album. How did that feel?
It felt good, right here in the heart. It's great to be wanted again, to be looked at again.
And the inspiration? Not the canyons of Arizona, but Mexborough, the A57, the Peak District, and it seems they're closer than you might think.
I'm from deep south, though, South Yorkshire, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
there's a lot.
He's got wide open spaces out here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know, Peak District.
Monslehead.
Monslehead, yeah.
Well, I first chose it on Movin' and Groovin', which was had some high strings.
And so, 50 years after its heyday, a lesson in the twang in a Yorkshire pub from one of the fathers of rock and roll. David Silito, BBC News, Sheffield.
See, and he invented the sound that we all did as kids. You all sing like that when you get guitar. It's Duane Eddy always, isn't it?
That's him. South Yorkshire, Sheffield, that's where he is.